to the show. If you love hot sauce, you're going to love our next guest. He's like Sting, Madonna, Cher, Prince. He's Haico. That's all you need to know. Haico's Hot Sauce. Haico joins us in studio. Haico, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. So let's start in the beginning. Where did your love of hot sauces come from? Because you really had a very multicultural upbringing, didn't you?
Yeah, I grew up in the Netherlands, and I grew up in a very multicultural environment. So I've got Indonesian influences, East Indian influences, Suriname influences, so that all contributed to me really developing a taste for spicy food, and that's where it came from. So that is the background. Then when I moved to Canada, I actually found out that a lot of the hot sauces, they provide the heat, but they don't necessarily give any flavor.
Yes, we were just talking about that during the break, is how frustrating it is. You like spicy food, and the hot sauces, most of them on the market are flavorless, right?
Yeah. So I started making my own hot sauces, and my wife, who was one of my inspirations, doesn't like hot sauce, so I started off with a gateway hot sauce, as I call that.
Okay.
Which is the Canadian jerk, which is actually...
So it's a beginner hot sauce?
Exactly. Anybody that doesn't like hot sauce or hasn't been used to hot sauces yet, it's a very good way to get started. And then kept on building, and I've got some pretty varied line of hot sauces right now.
Can I just tell you, I know nobody at home can, we can smell the peppers.
We can.
Like, I can smell the heat. I don't know if it's these guys or those guys, but I'm thinking we're in trouble.
Well, I think he's going to walk us through with baby steps here. We'll sort of work our way up. Why don't we talk about, because you grow your own pepper. They're locally grown, and you grow almost all the peppers that you put in your sauces.
All the peppers that I have in my hot sauce are locally grown. They're actually grown in my backyard in Ottawa on Pepperell Crescent, which is a very
No way.
Yes,
absolutely.
No, I moved there first, and then I started doing the hot sauce. So,
like
it's great
it was
combination.
Fate.
Yes,
this had to happen.
Love it.
So what I grow is basically the hottest peppers in the world. I grow milder ones as well. I've got jalapenos, cayennes, but I've got the ghost peppers. The hottest pepper in the world right now is the Carolina Reaper,
Which is these guys.
Which are those there. They top out on 2.2 million on a Scoville scale.
You can smell them. It's only when you bite into it, or?
It's when you open them up, you can really smell it.
Is it the seeds that make it hot?
It's actually the lining of the seed.
Okay.
So the seeds, that is a misconception. People think it is the seeds. It's actually the membrane that holds the seed on.
Right.
And that is the hottest part of the pepper.
So do you put that in the sauce, or is it just the shell?
Everything goes in my sauce except for the stem.
Oh, wow, look at that.
So, jalapeno, these are the hot, you said ghost peppers? Which one are the
ghost peppers? So the yellow ghost, these over here, these are giant ghosts.
They look a little, look at them, they do look a little ghost-like. I love that shape. It's like a little bit fantôme. Look at that, I love it.
I get a plant here as well at the front that has the chocolate ghost on it. So there's different varieties of the same pepper, and they all have their own distinct flavor. So I play with that when I make my hot sauces.
So did you already know ahead of time, okay, I know that this tastes like whatever that is, and this tastes like the Carolina, or did you have to actually try them all to figure out like what it is, what flavor it brings to something?
Whenever I get a new pepper, I eat it to know how it's gonna taste.
The whole thing, or just a little bit?
I start off with a little bit, and if it asks for more, I eat more. The Carolina Reaper was the latest edition, and I had a lot of fun when I had that. Let's put it that way.
Wow. Now, obviously, they each have different flavor profiles as well. So, is it like almost like a wine and food pairing? You've got to pair these with a great mixture of other local produce?
Yeah, that's what I try to do. I try to balance it out. Like you said before, a lot of hot sauce just has heat, not necessarily flavor. What I try to do is balance it out. I try to minimize the use of vinegar, which is often a big ingredient on a lot of hot sauces. Gives you a lot of heat, but doesn't necessarily give you flavor. So I use mangoes, I use peaches, I use maple syrup, all trying to get it from local farmers market so that I can really support the community here as well, and then basically build on it from that. So.
Well, what you need to do is give us, I have to turn this around in case the camera, because you just have to get that name right there, Canadian Cleanser.
Canadian. So is this the hottest of all sauces here?
Right now, this is the hottest one that I have. It is a special edition. It's not on the Kickstarter project that I started right now as a standard. It is as a special edition. It depends on how many peppers I can grow of that particular kind that go in there.
Well, give us some other, because all the names, I find them just, I would buy them just on account of what they're called, because I think it's part of the fun. Because you think one of them is like something with the word ghost in it. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Give us some of the names.
So Canadian jerk, to start with, Ring of Fire, which is made with Ring of Fire peppers. We've got mustard mayonnaise, which is a hot mustard.
You're moving into the hot.
I'm going. Dill in that? Is there like a little bit of dill? Is that what that
There's
means,
no
or?
dill in there.
Okay.
No, there is some cumin in there and some other spices that really give it a good,
You can't
good
give
flavor.
it away.
Okay, yes. Got it.
Secret information.
50 Shades of Pain, which is always a good one. There are ghost peppers in there, so that'll definitely help it. I've got some descriptions on my website as well, which is great. So there's a wide variety. Garlic ghosts.
Scorpion's Kiss.
Yes.
I like
Hello.
that. That might be my favorite name. That's a hot one.
That is a hot one that
Yeah.
is just underneath the colon cleanser, and that's one that is actually my standard assortment. So yeah.
So do you want to try one?
Yes, but yes.
You want to try the? Well, let's start with the
I don't
Canadian
mind.
jerk.
Sure.
That's the intro.
Sure, let's
right?
do this. So what do? Dip it in? Is that
you
how
can
you
just
work
dip it in. Just
Okay.
remember that you're eating straight
Now,
hot
has your
sauce
wife
right
gone
now.
beyond the Canadian jerk?
Actually, we had a tasting at one point, and she went all the way up to the hottest one that I had.
Really?
But it was also peer pressure. So
She's here
Good
today.
job. We're looking
Nicely
at you.
done,
Good job.
yeah.
All right. So now you're
Okay.
saying just remember that they're eating. What did you? You gave me a warning.
it's just a hot sauce that you have right now. Like I said, this is a gateway hot
yeah, no.
sauce. It's very mild, but
Lovely.
it's got a little bit of a bite.
Easy.
Nice flavor.
Awesome.
It's really
Okay.
nice.
I'm going to take off the tip so we don't waste any, but I'm without double
I
dipping.
turned mine over.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not double dipping.
So if you're ready for that, that is actually the Ring of Fire. It's not as
Okay.
hot. It's gradually building it up. It's
Okay.
right.
You want to build it up. You don't want to get started with the hottest one.
Now you notice we didn't bring any water.
I know it's way over there. Not good. You have a Kickstarter campaign.
I do.
You're doing a big launch party for your Kickstarter as well, right?
Kickstarter has started. I am doing a Kickstarter party. It's going to take
Okay.
place on the 19th of September between 12 and 2 at Chili Chili's in Manatik.
Okay.
That one kicks in after you swallow it.
That one is.
Woo!
I don't know if I want to try. You want to try one more?
Oh
The minute?
yeah, let's
You're
do
going to
it.
have to use a Canadian colon cleanser, really.
Really?
Yeah, it's going
Hey,
to be
we
fun.
just keep the cups close. in
Sue,
case I
can you
pass
bring
out.
the water over? That's our. Okay, I'm
Okay.
just gonna do
Me
a
too,
little.
just a little bit. All right. And you know what? Wow! Oh my God, my son would love this.
People can go online and help support you through the Kickstarter campaign.
Absolutely.
Can they get to it through your website?
Yes, actually, we're putting it on right after we get back home because
Okay.
we realized we didn't do that. If you go on Kickstarter.com and you search for Haico, first thing that comes up is my Kickstarter page as well.
Oh yeah, these are they're beautiful. And I can. We only had 3. I can tell the
Yeah.
distinct flavor in all 3.
Thank you,
well
Sue.
done.
That is service with a smile right there.
Wow! Cheers. That
Cheers.
was awesome. Right on.
Heiko, congratulations.
Thank you.
These are absolutely fabulous. And
Amazing.
people, you can go online as well to purchase all of the hot sauces. Probably the easiest way to go about it.
support.
And if you help with the Kickstarter campaign, well, then the sauces will be available in local stores.
Which would be
So it's
great.
more available to all of us. We'll be back with more daytime right after this. I need some of this right
Yeah,
now.
we do. That's good though.
It's flavor.